Hello and welcome to a special Street Badass Live today. That's why you got me hosting. So Todd is over in India. He's gone on a special street photography outing there with Larry Davey, who is another member of our crew. So let's get him on. I think we can get him on here. Okay. Just waiting for him to come on. Oh, we haven't got a request yet. Might be a little bit fiddly from where he is. Let's just put his name in. Join now, Todd. Hopefully this will work. There he is. There they are.
What do you say, Danny? Hello from Mumbai.
Mumbai. And what time is it over there?
It's 1:30 in the morning.
Oh my God.
This is dedication that myself and my friend David are showing to street photography right now, is that we're willing to get up at 1:30 in the morning in Mumbai to come and talk to you guys, because that's how much you guys mean to us. Take it away, David.
Well, we thought it'd be a great idea, first of all.
It's a very good idea.
Excellent.
I wanted to talk to you first, David. You're coming over from America, so Boston,
Yes.
and all the way around there. That's basically you've gone halfway around the world to get there.
I slept 2 days straight on a plane, but I didn't sleep for 2 days straight. I mean, the only sleep I got for 2 nights. Like, I left Boston Wednesday, 7:45. Todd picked me up in Paris, noontime Paris time. We went and shot Paris. Left Paris at 9:45. Got to Delhi at 10 a.m.
What was the flight? How long was that flight?
7 hours, 50 minutes.
Oh, not as long as I thought.
And then we had to go through customs security and then catch another 2-hour flight to Mumbai, and then an hour cab ride to here.
Wow.
I tell you, the flight over was actually pretty good because the food. What was the Visser? Visser was the name of it. Visser Airlines is pretty damn good. It was packed, like there wasn't a seat empty or anything like that. But we had, I think, probably the best
Chicken and rice, that was the best.
Yeah, chicken and rice we had on there was probably the best that we've had as far as.
That's quite interesting. So it's the best food you've had was on the plane.
Came in the tinfoil thing all hot, and you opened it up, you know.
Like, but it was good.
Nice. I've never had a good meal on the plane, so I'm impressed with that.
Tinfoil's like legit.
Legit food though, but it was good.
Because you can't put that in the microwave.
So tell me, Todd, your first impression of India when you first got there. What was you thinking?
Well, we took that taxi, and we went and got like a taxi. I think it was about an hour and 10 minutes. Hour and 10-minute taxi ride, and it was really inexpensive to take taxi. But the taxi ride, we were like taking pictures on our cell phones, making videos, this kind of stuff, because it was just nuts. It's got kind of like the weather here is like Miami, basically, except for there's not a whole lot of rain.
It's not wicked humid.
No, not a whole lot of humidity here. And but we went through all these neighborhoods, and there's just so many people everywhere, and so many colors. Everybody's just hanging out. Like everywhere there's people everywhere.
And stuff is happening so close to the car that I had the 35 millimeter on my little Fuji, and I could shoot shots. So it was unreal. It was like going on a safari.
It's sort of lots and lots of cars all together, sort of jam packed in the roads, going the same way.
Cars,
yeah,
mopeds,
they drive
motorcycles, what do they call it, rickshaws, just everything. Everything's going on.
They drive it's chaotic, but you can see that they're familiar with it. Like they drive centimeters apart from each other.
Yeah.
But I only saw one accident, and it wasn't a car. It was a tuk-tuk. I think he got his signals crossed, and he fender bended a vehicle. That
Yeah.
was it. But they ride. I'm talking. They ride. You have the person beside you. Your mirrors are like this. It's insane.
And the funny thing about Mumbai is we've discovered there's a love affair here in Mumbai that people don't really know about. It's the love affair when you have a vehicle, the love affair with the horn.
Oh,
Because
they love the horn.
they love the horn. You've never seen any kind of horn going on like you've seen here. Like they're hitting the horn just like the, everybody's hitting the horn. But I guess it's
Yeah,
good because
actually,
you
I
can
spoke
get
to
run
you
over
last night, didn't I? And you put me to the window, and all I could
because you
hear
hear
was
all the horn.
constantly going off.
It's horns nonstop. But fair enough, because I mean nobody's getting run over. We had a couple close calls because I mean everybody's just going crazy driving here. But we had our first full day of shooting today. Like we got up, it was what did we get up about 6?
Yeah, just before sunrise.
Got up right before sunrise. We're like ready to go, and we were out by the time it was just starting to get
Like
light.
7:30, quarter. Yeah.
And we just shot all day long. And it
Now,
was
are you gonna carry on with that all week? Have you got plans
yeah.
to go anywhere, or is it literally just shooting all week?
We're going to shoot all week long. I think that's kind of the plan.
Yeah, because there's so many different places to go. Like yesterday, it was the gateway to India, like back and forth all day from there.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the gateway to India. We shot a lot of video too. We happen to be right near what's the name of the market?
Crawford Market.
Crawford Market. We're staying actually right near Crawford Market, almost kind of in the same place. And you walk out, and the market's happening everywhere around here. People with stuff on their head, people with carts, everything. And that very first night was Saturday night, and it was just you had to kind of like walk sideways like this to get through with so many people. And it's just there's like you walk out the door, it's happening.
Now, but both of you've got you both like taking portraits, and David, you prefer in black and white and quite up close. Have you changed your shooting style while you've been here, or are you still carrying on with the same sort of style?
Yeah, same style. But me and Todd even talked on the plane, both expressing desire to go and get like wider shots, because I think initially what got me into that is I always loved those shots, but where I'm from in Boston, like the background's on is I would want to always eliminate that, But here you have just an opportunity for layers. You don't want to. It's gonna make it. So it's, if anything, I'm going after more shots that weren't my style, or that were my style, but I might not be able to capture. But I'm still going about it the same way I go about it. I'm just trying to get. And then yesterday I had to pick it up and say, I'm gonna start picking off portraits, because someone might look at you, they might not look, they might have a blank look, demeanor, and then you just go up, and then they're like, even if they don't say anything, they don't mind, and then they say thank you.
Yeah, you did talk about it with me earlier that most of the people there aren't bothered about having their picture taken. They're quite easygoing with it.
They say thank you. It's wild.
And they're actually kind of grabbing you as you walk by. Take my picture. Take my picture. That happens often. And then a lot of people, like I was telling you earlier, I think that we probably had like 10, 15 people already like want to take selfies. People jumping out of cars, out of taxis
Really?
to come run after us, yeah, and want to take a selfie with us.
That's mad. I suppose it's having all your equipment. Maybe
I guess with the
I
equipment,
get the
that
impression
might
of
be
TV or something like that.
It's probably just because I've been working out, Danny. Don't make it about the equipment. It's because I've been working out. David too.
All right.
I wanted to ask you I wanted to ask the audience actually if they've got any suggestions for you to for any projects, or have you actually got any projects ideas already while you're out there?
I haven't even thought that far. I just thought to capture like we went to a huge cricket tournament yesterday, right? And I have a friend who's involved with starting a baseball league, and now I end to see why. You see so many people playing cricket, like the love for that sport, a sport that we don't have in America. It was amazing to see. Like it was a big tournament. They had trophies and everything. It was so. And then we saw, much like back home, I thought I saw the Boston Marathon. I don't know what the name of the race was, but as we got up yesterday and walked down the street, you see the people with the numbers and with the medals. And like the first guy I met that he just finished running the race, he said he rated his best time ever. I go, this is like the Boston Marathon. You see the differences, but the similarities, you know?
Oh yeah. How about you,
Yeah, I
Todd?
think,
You got any ideas for projects out there?
yeah, I think I'm going to continue with the scooter series because there are just a ton of scooters here. And so I've got quite a few scooter shots already. And like David said earlier, I'm going to try to do a lot more wide stuff, some layered stuff. I think that we probably both have got some of those shots already. It's difficult because there's so much stuff to go and dive right in. You know, like I think we were talking earlier about we got the guy like with the bucket of water over his head. You know, it's just and that was some they invited
Yeah,
David.
people are very friendly like that. They'll say like they'll play like a joke with their friend, like say if a guy's sitting there, take his picture, you know, and they all get a kick out of it. They seem to be like those guys yesterday with Todd. They seemed to work for the city or something. And he said, take our picture. And then he was the boss and he gathered everybody and said, come on, it's like picture time, as if he hired a photographer for the day, you know?
Yeah.
So I did want to show a picture to everybody
They
real
take
quick.
much more to cameras, I would say, and like ask for their photos taken than I would find back home.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Without a doubt, if anybody came out here, you would not have a problem finding people that want their picture taken because that is definite. If you can't take a picture in Mumbai, you're not going to be able to take a picture anywhere because these people are into it.
Yeah. So like I said, if anyone's got any ideas for Todd or David that big call to do some projects out there, any series, then maybe put it on the comments. Are you going to show us a couple of your shots? Yeah.
Here. Here's a picture right here. I call this one. I took this one earlier today. I'm going to call that one the goodest boy.
Where was this?
So this was just up where we saw the guys playing cricket. This was some kind of shrine that was set up on the fence around the cricket field. It's giant.
Oh,
This
right.
giant
Okay.
cricket field, right? And so apparently you see these kind of things around the city. But I thought this is cool. It reminded me of your dog, and I think it's kind of poignant right now because I know that Dan lost his dog just recently too. So our condolences to Dan on that. But there's a lot of this kind of stuff around the town. Hey, the other thing I was going to say that's really interesting, you know, when I go into London from Paris, the train station that I get off is St. Pancras.
St. Pancras,
right?
yeah.
They've got buildings here that you would swear somehow have been like erected from London. It's the weirdest thing you've ever seen. Because I'm like walking around, I got like Miami head. I'm thinking like I'm in, you know, it's very tropical feeling here. And then you look, and then there's like, it's almost like these buildings that look like St. Pancras, like that nice, like just amazing old kind of, I guess it's British Empire buildings, but it's just crazy to see them because it's like, it's a juxtaposition of like British buildings in this tropical climate. It's just the weirdest thing to see. I mean, I'm sure everybody sees that and they're like, okay, yeah, that's what goes on here. But didn't you think that, like when you saw it, looked like something
like a wicked ancient, like I don't know how to say it. Like you said, it was a lot of that in London, but like the castle type vibe, you know?
Yeah. How about
crazy.
I thought it was quite a good idea, but I don't know if you'd be able to do it. But I've heard Indian weddings are absolutely amazing. If you could go anywhere where you could get some pictures of that, that would be pretty cool, I think.
Interestingly enough, we walked by this circle this morning, and there were a bunch of like brides to be getting their pictures taken, and David took a picture of the photographer, and the photographer was like, no, don't take my picture. It was like it was so weird because it was like the photographer was telling David no.
But that's another thing that's just like back home. Like you have a lot of the same, obviously it's completely different, but you found the street that say we all have in our town, right? That local photographers come and they do their engagement photos and
Yeah.
the wedding photos, right? And you see like all the different setups. So it was just interesting to see like, oh, this must be the local spot where people do that, you know?
Yeah.
And there were quite a few, probably
lot.
maybe 10.
Yeah. Like
10 different couples that were getting their picture taken.
Have you gone to sort of the centre of Mumbai, like the capital area yet, or is that on the next few days?
I'm not sure if we were in the place that had like the gateway or the gate of India. So that's
What, like the port area, was it?
No, the gateway to India.
There's like a big kind of Arc de Triomphe kind of thing that they have.
Oh,
here,
okay.
Like a big arch. We went out there, and they're like, that's where a lot of those buildings that look like they're maybe old colonial buildings go. Yeah, I'll show you another real quick picture. So this is actually taken probably a quarter mile from where we're staying in the market. We were walking back today, and there was a kid on a high wire, like that they set up. It was a kid. The kid was like, he was like,
performer.
You've never seen, he was up high. Like I was a little bit worried for the kid, but this kid, like he was talented. But I grabbed a shot of this kid, like up on his high wire.
Oh, that's cool. There was that building in the background. That's a pretty cool building as well.
That's, I think, part of the market.
Yes.
There's a lot of that kind of stuff around here. Like the building actually kind of looks English, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that actually. I like the way you caught him up in the sky.
But I gave him, a little tip because obviously he's performing. But he was on that wire doing this stuff, and the wire didn't look like it was rigged or something to make it easier. I couldn't believe it.
We've got a comment here from Gildo. Go to the shoreline. There's a lot of people there. Have you been to the shore?
We were at the Arc or whatever, the Gate of India. That's right there on the water. So there were just so many people there that it was great for shooting. But we're not like necessarily that tired because we've rested up quite a bit. I think that David can probably speak to this, but it's like it's almost like mental overload because you can only shoot with like that kind of intensity for like an hour, and then you'd like, man, you just want to stand there and like just relax for a second because it's just so many people, so much information coming in.
We've got someone saying, have you photographed any of the temples yet?
That's actually one thing that we were going to go to tomorrow. We're very close to a really big mosque here. We haven't taken a whole lot of pictures over there, but we're also going to go to, I think there's a Hindu temple that's pretty close to here that we're going to go and check out. And that'll be nice. There'll be a lot of colors, everything like that. That'll be great to see.
I'll tell you what I'd love to go to. I don't know if you're being lucky enough to witness it over there, but they have like a festival where they sort of throw colourful powder at each other, things like that. Have you heard of that thing? I mean,
yeah, I've heard
you're super
of that.
lucky to get that, but
yeah, we actually had some pretty intensely spicy food. The restaurant, it was funny enough, a buddy of mine back home found the restaurant, sent us the directions. This is the weird thing about the internet, but he found the restaurant just right down the street from us, like literally a block. And so we went down there and we had chicken tikka masala there. I had it 2 days in a row, but I mean, that was like, I'm sweating. It's like that hot, but it was really good. And, it was, what did you have? You had some other kind of like rice chicken.
Chicken pulao. I hope I pronounced that correctly. That was my first time having it. It was delicious. It was like chicken and yellow rice and green peppers. Eat it with the garlic naan. It was delicious.
It's interesting actually watching your stories because we're getting a glimpse as you post stories on of your day. It's been good. I hope you carry on doing that.
Oh, absolutely.
Keep posting on your stories.
The people in the restaurant are just so friendly and so happy to see you. They welcome you. They want to make sure you're enjoying your time. We went back to the same place twice. And, clearly we're the only Westerners in there, but they're so happy to have us and they show us so much like love and it's a beautiful thing, It's very, very hospitable, I would say.
The one of the interesting things about the first night that we ate there was we had the one waiter came up the first time, and then basically every time we were getting some kind of food or a utensil or glasses or anything, it was always a different waiter, so they could come up and check us out. It was hilarious. And then they marched out like the guy who cooked our food. This is the guy who cooked your food. Oh, hey, how you doing, man? This is the guy, they had everybody out. This is the owner. The owner was actually a pretty funny guy. We talked to him for a while. And then you actually got a good,
I got a shot of him last night, yeah.
He got a good portrait of the owner. The owner's a pretty nice guy. Yeah, he's funny too. But that's a good place. So I think that we'll probably eat there because it's convenient. It doesn't seem to be like in this area in particular that many restaurants, but there are lots of restaurants around. We did do some Starbucks this morning, I have to say.
So I've got two questions I want to ask you from the audience here. You got Running Dog 5000. Do you plan to ride on the roof of a train?
No. To keep it simple, but won't be doing any roof riding.
But there'd be good shots there if you could get to a station, I'd imagine, if they are riding on the roof. And if you get a chance to try a dish called fowl, aggressively hot but very enjoyable, from Jamzilla. I would advise you not to do that, but maybe it's up to you. I know. I've had a little taste of that, and it's really
You've
hot.
had that? It's
yeah,
very
I've
hot.
had it, but I've only had it in this country. I can imagine it's even hotter out there.
I have to say the stuff that we had here was super spicy.
It was super spicy.
Yeah.
One thing I've always thought, when I see shots of India, it's the colours. It's like there's always loads of prime colours coming at you. David, you, like I said, you usually shoot in black and white. Are you going to go for colour on this time, or a bit of a mix?
Well, I'm sure I'll be posting. I mean, you see, I every now and then I do some color shots. I just can always find more consistency, black and white. I'll do both. That's what I shoot the raw file, so for sure I will be doing
so you
both.
can do. Yeah, you can do what you
But
want.
I won't be able to see the color ones till I load them up. So I'm getting a good look at Todd's.
One thing that we decided to do, kind of, wasn't officially or anything, is we want to leave computers at home. So I'm able to download some stuff onto my phone, but very limited.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to go and shoot all day and then come run back to my computer. I kind of wanted to get a break from that as well. I think David probably felt the same. Here's another shot. Here's a cow in the market right there.
And are there cows coming down the streets and stuff as well? I know you were saying well, I saw the video and there's stuff on people's heads and carts with tons and tons of stuff on them and things like that.
Yeah, there's when we were taking the taxi back from the airport, there were some cows running around, weren't there?
Oh yeah, donkeys. Not donkeys, my bad. Goats.
Goats. We saw some goats tonight. Saw lots of stuff. When you go to the market, it's so intense. They've got when you go to the market, there's they're cooking everything that you can possibly imagine, right there on the street. They're selling every kind of clothing. There might be guys who's selling socks. It's just everything's there. But there's so many people. And then it's not just the people. People are going through beeping their horns. People are going through with stuff on their heads. People are going through with carts. People are going through everywhere. So it's super busy. And interesting thing with those guys, Dave and I noticed, a lot of these guys that have those carts that they're pushing the stuff around for the market. When it's night, they set it up. They put a mosquito net on the cart, and then they crash. That's where they sleep.
Yeah, you're touching on the poverty there, and a few people have commented on here. Are you wanting to document that yourself, or are you staying away from that?
I think we've probably taken some pictures of those guys, but they want to get their picture taken too. It's not
you approach it just like you would in the States. You know what I mean? You don't ever want to do anybody bad, but you're not going to pretend like it's not there, right? And it's not pretending like it's a paradise here. There's a lot of impoverished people, right? Like somebody said, but the thing I'll tell you is you see a very strong line of demarcation of people with money and without it, but you don't see it in how they're treated and how they treat you. When you walk through, you'll see some people struggling. I'm talking, you see them in very bad shape, brushing their teeth with a finger in the street, But look at him. He's having his own dignity. He's brushing his teeth. He feels the need to do that, And like Todd said, they're just sleeping on the street. They're sleeping on top of cardboard in rows, wrapped up like mummies, but nobody's bothering them, and they're not harassing you either, because when they wake up, then they're working. Now, I'm sure it's a sad sight to see, but it's not like when I go home and I go to Methadone Mile in Massachusetts, where you have people strewn about living in tents from the massive opioid epidemic. You know, I don't pretend to be like it's so glamorous there either. It's just the lay of the land. So I'm not pretending like it's all glamour here either. It's there. But what should that mean? That I categorize it specifically as a miserable place? I think I would be doing a disservice to the people of India if I said this place was miserable.
Yeah, it's definitely not
I hope
miserable.
that touched on it.
Yeah, it's definitely there's a lot of people. I think it's just I was talking about it with David earlier. I think that these guys, it's probably always been like that. That's kind of the way I look at it. The people living on the streets here is completely a different situation than it is in the States, or you know, in Western countries. I think a lot of it's just kind of like the way that they do. I think a lot of people are coming into town, working and probably sending money back home, this kind of thing. So
Yeah. And you're coming back is it a week you've got? 7 days?
yeah, be back on Sunday.
Yeah, we just got here, so right now we're playing the tourist role heavy, you know? We got about 6 more days to, like, you know, really unfurl and become
think,
a little unjet lagged and thought out.
Former guest Robbie Quinn said India is a game changer for a photographer, which I think is right. You know, I think you've got a great opportunity here to really get some great shots.
Yeah, Robbie was saying that India is game changer for photographers. Yeah, I think so. Like I was saying to David earlier, I think David, you might have brought this up. Like a day here, the shooting is probably close to like a week shooting in New York City.
It's just like this in New York City. When you go to New York City, you have so much opportunity. What do they say? It's not about getting a shot. It's about maybe getting a shot that everyone can't go and get, or that is a little different than the stereotypical picking and choosing because of that. So that's what it's like here. Like you could shoot, you know, people like me, when I first got here, you see people carrying things in their head. You could just become obsessed with that, and I could do that for 6 days, and then you realize, wait a minute, this is just regular, you know?
Yeah.
So you want to find your way to do it, to like cast a wider net, to show all the different sides of it, not just one side. That way you can tell it in totality.
What would you say, you know, when you go out for a day shooting, you normally have like, if a good day for me is maybe I've got like, I don't know, 10 shots that I'm happy with, and maybe 1 or 2 that I'm really happy with. What is it like over there for you two?
Let's just say that's a real good day, Danny. If you come home with 10, that's a good day, right?
Yeah, a full day, like in London.
Yeah, but
probably if I've got 10 that I'm quite happy with, and then 2 that I'm really happy with.
There's days I go out and come home after hours, I don't have 1 shot I'm happy with.
What about over there for you though?
Oh, here I can't even put a thing on it. It's how hard. What are you going to go for? Because it's just so back in time. It's not say gentrified. It's not. It has the history. It has the culture. It has the density of people. It has the range of people. It has the rich, the poor. It has, you know, the business, the street. It has it all. So, and it has its history. So it's just how do you want to go about it? And there's 12 million people here.
Yeah, there's a lot of people. And I was telling David earlier, like I've got some tricks up my sleeve, but every trick I got, like if I pull out that trick, there's like 15 different situations right in front of me that I could use, you know, with every one of those little tricks I got. So it's like there's a lot going on.
Yeah.
There's a lot of you know, we're going to do a lot of shooting. I think that I probably we left about 6 this morning, 6:30 maybe, and we got back at dark. Took a couple of breaks. We had dinner at the restaurant down the way, but I think that, you know, we shot for sure in the hundreds of photos today. I think maybe close to 1,000.
I hope you've taken lots of cards with you.
Yeah, we got tons of cars. Plus, we've got we're shooting a lot of video right now. We've got I'll show you what we got here. We got the I got a GoPro. We've been shooting a lot of video with the GoPro. I've got a 360 camera that we've been shooting a lot on. So we've been trying to do some video as well. So it's a 360 camera. And then we're going to post a lot of that later. So
I think that 360 camera was quite amazing. I don't know if anyone on here has seen one before, but it basically shows your full body, and all you can see is, so you've got it up on a pole, so it's well above your head, and all you can see is Todd's hand. So it completely dissolves the pole. So you don't see the pole, but you see everything else all around.
Right.
It's a really cool little camera.
you can watch, you know, and you can track somebody. So I've been experimenting a little bit because I downloaded a couple real short videos on it. But if David's walking behind me, I can set it to track his face
After the fact.
right after, because you got like this globe of video
Oh, I see.
going.
Yeah.
And so I'll go, okay, track David. And so that video becomes David walking, and then maybe me a little bit in front. Or then I can like change it to track me, or I can have it track stuff that we walk by. It's nuts. Plus you get to go up high and it looks a little bit like a drone.
Yeah.
So it's fun video. But I tell you, people look at that thing, man. They're like, what is going on there?
The love is real.
I think you're going to have a great time, and I think you've got, like I said before, you've got a great opportunity to get some sort of I know, shots that you'll always, you know, treasure. Some real winners there. So
Another great thing I want to say is, like, I work as a barber, right? So I have clients from all over. I have clients that, one of my clients, I knew he was from India. I never got into specifics, but when I told him I was going to Mumbai, because, you know, before I even had it told him I was going to go, I was throwing out the idea to see how he might react, and to other friends I know that are from, you know, come from India, and none of them were like, "Oh, don't go there." Their eyes lit up, knowing I like to do photography, everything, and they were like, "Oh, you'll love it, X, Y, Z." And comes to find out, his family and friends are still here in Mumbai. So he sent me a bunch of stuff that we can go see. So we have those local insights. Tomorrow, I think we're meeting up with someone that Todd knows from here. So we just got here. We're just beginning to explore. You know, today was the first real wake up, go shoot day.
yeah.
So we're still putting it all together, but it's great to have those type of insights because you have people that are familiar. And yeah, look forward to it.
Well, if anyone watching's got any tips or ideas for the boys, you can always message them over and let them know. I'm going to wrap this up here. So thanks for coming on. I'm sure you want to get back to sleep as it's 1:30 in the morning.
I think we're all hyped up now, Danny. I think we're going to go out and we're going to do some night shooting.
Nighttime flashes, yeah.
I appreciate you, everybody, signing in, and it's worth it to get up and talk to you guys. We're looking forward to getting out, doing some shooting tomorrow. That's for sure.
Right, thanks very much. I'll see you all later.
See you guys.
Thanks a lot.
Very much. And then, hey, if anybody who joined late, we'll post this in the video archives if you want to watch it.
Yeah, I'll stick it on there. Thank you.
All right. Appreciate it, guys.
Cheers.